everybody. We've talked about our garden, our back garden, but we also want to talk about our rain gardens. And what we're doing with the rain garden is we're taking the gutters and the downspouts and we're putting them into the garden where you don't have to water the garden.
So you're telling me this is the only garden you don't have to water?
I am.
Wow. So you've got 3 downspouts here. 1, 2 in the back, and 3. Instead of letting those downspouts just pour water out here, you created basins in here to capture the water, and you planted plants in there that like their feet wet, like swamp milkweed, obedient plant, cardinal flower, that
we've got a Texas hibiscus in there.
Texas hibiscus, something star, isn't it? But you know, another plant that likes it, this Itea, is kind of funny. It's Virginia sweetspire. And just this one little garden right here, having the rain garden, makes all the difference in the world. Why are we so concerned about saving water?
Because we want to reuse it instead of sending it out into the creeks and the sewer system.
So you're saying that everybody, if they ran their water off their houses, it would overload the creeks and blow them out and cause more erosion?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, let's look at this black pipe over here, because this is something I'm pretty familiar with. And you see it a lot when you see houses. Is you see that little black pipe,
And it comes out from there.
and we've run our black pipe into a basin. Wow. And if we have too much rain, which is common now, the water just comes out here and feeds the lawn. But we don't want the water ending up in the street. We certainly don't want it in our creeks, because our creeks already have enough water. Let's look at this. Let's look at this other rain garden. This one right here was built this year, and this one over here is kind of matured. It's 1 year old, and it captures 5 downspouts, I believe. You can actually see right here the water coming out. We put a hose in it just to kind of show, instead of that water running anywhere, we've got it in this basin with these wetland plants. What kind of plants do we have here?
We have a button bush.
Yeah.
We have some type of a dogwood.
Yeah, it's not your typical dogwood. This is a multiflorida dogwood, and it has more than one flower. It's not the Chinese dogwood. And you've got some, I think, Virginia sweetspire in here. You've got
some ground cover.
What's this right here? It's a stone crop. It's a cute little plant. And over here, we have swamp milkweed that looks like the caterpillars have stripped it clean. And then I planted some hyssop in here today. But this is our one little basin that captures 1, 2, at least 2, maybe 3 drain pipes off the house. And that pipe, well, we have a pipe underground that runs about 50 feet, and it comes out right here. Well, let's go take a look at this last rain garden that we're working on. Boy, your yard's looking pretty. I don't say that often about grass, but
Thank you.
we don't really like grass that much, since it has zero. It's a zero when it comes to butterflies and wildlife. But we're slowly taking the grass out of this yard. So we've got a downspout here that we're eventually going to run out here into our last rain garden. And then we've also got water coming off of this air conditioner unit that we use for mudding for butterflies. And we're going to fix this area up, so it'll be just a little shallow area where butterflies can come and get minerals. And then here's our last pipe that we're catching water off of, right underneath that rock. And when it rains, the water comes down through here. We're going to run that pipe on around the house, and it'll come out down there in the rain garden. Wow. Well, anything else you want to say about rain gardens while we're finishing up?
Well, you can grow plants in them that you typically wouldn't be able to grow.
Because they like their feet wet.
They like their feet wet.
Yeah, and we actually have a lot of water that comes down through here. You can see that asphalt up there. And eventually we'll have kind of a rain garden just from the neighbors' green black pipes that are coming off their house, because all this water comes down through here. So we'll probably make an area right here that captures this water runoff. And we want to slow water down. When you slow water down, it actually goes into the ground versus the creeks and the rivers. And water, it's become more valuable every day. Some people are getting too much of it, and some people aren't getting enough of it. Well, why don't you close up with why you love your rain gardens?
I love it because it's so pretty.
Yeah.
And it's different from the other kind of gardens, and once again, you don't have to water it.
You don't have to water it. You get self-watered by these beautiful white pipes that come off the house. Well, fantastic. Well, anything else you want to say about moving? And maybe you could go look at your YouTube channel if you want to see more videos from Katie.
I do. We're featuring garden tours, and also I teach Tai Chi and other water aerobics and other classes, and so I put those things on my YouTube channel.
And you have a Facebook page. What's it called?
I do have a Facebook page. It's called Katie Moves.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for the tour.
Yep. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back soon.
All right.